co-founder and CEO of RubiconCrypto. I'm excited to share with you more about what we're building to connect the dots between the traditional investment world and the digital investment world, with products and solutions that individuals, financial advisors, and institutions are already comfortable and familiar with. Right now in the cryptocurrency industry, believe it or not, despite all the hype, all the hyperbole, in the United States, only 16% of investing households have any exposure to crypto. And there's a couple of reasons for that. First of all, many would-be investors have a question. Of the thousands and thousands of cryptocurrencies that are out there, how do they know which ones to invest? And that's a problem that we're actively solving. There's another major problem that we're looking to solve at RubiconCrypto that has really slowed the adoption of digital assets and cryptocurrencies in the United States. That problem is that crypto products have largely been focused on do-it-yourself investors and very ultra-high net worth accredited investors. As a matter of fact, the mass affluent and high net worth households have been almost entirely ignored. The vast majority of US wealth, in fact, over $100 trillion, hasn't even entered the crypto and digital asset space. There's a really good reason for that too. And that's because financial advisors manage that money. In a recent Boston Consulting Group survey, over 80% of US investors seek crypto solutions from their advisor, but the vast majority of financial advisors and institutions have no options. RubiconCrypto delivers digital asset and crypto products that individuals want and advisors need now. Now let me talk to you about our team. Combined, we have the recent and relevant experiences and deep networks in wealth management, technology, and government, not only required for hypergrowth, but for the returns our investors expect. First, let me tell you about Mike Grizzard, my co-founder and our chief investment officer. Mike, not surprisingly, has a very deep background in tech with multiple patents to his name. He also managed hundreds of millions of dollars in the wealth management industry later in his career. Michael Greenwald, our senior advisor, is a former US Treasury official and currently the head of digital for Amazon AWS. He brings a deep background in government and compliance, and his insights and thought leadership are recognized around the world. Myself, I've spent more than 25 years in the financial services industry, both in private practice and as a senior executive at American Express and Ameriprise Financial. Personally, I've had the opportunity to hire, train, and develop thousands of advisors that are still active in the investment and wealth management industry. Combined, not only do we have the leadership background required to run the day-to-day operations of the company, but we also have the proven ability to recruit, train, and retain the talent necessary to scale wealth management and distribution, our compliance and regulatory affairs, and of course, our technology divisions. RubiconCrypto boasts 3 individual separately managed account portfolios: Brooklyn Bridge, Golden Gate, and Tower Bridge, each with a distinct investment objective in the digital asset and crypto world, but all of them benefiting from the same professional management, proprietary research, and modeling IP that we are perfecting. The market opportunity that RubiconCrypto is trying to take advantage of is historic and massive. As we zoom into the US market that we're initially focused on, let me point out that over $100 trillion is currently being managed by financial advisors in the United States. It's a staggering amount of money. And over the next 10 years, over 2% or $2 trillion conservatively will be reallocated from where it sits now to new digital asset investment products, just like RubiconCrypto. We feel we have the team, the experience, the network, and the plan in order to gather at least $4 billion by the end of 2026. As I like to say it, the foundation has already been poured, whether it's in our portfolio MVPs, brand awareness, and in business development. First and foremost, we had a very specific goal with our soft launch. We actually capped how much assets under management we would take in to right around 1.5 million, coming from a little bit more than 60 households and 5 registered investment advisors. We felt this was the right dosage to ensure that we could perfect our modeling, make sure that our operational rhythm was ready for hypergrowth and scale, and we have been successful in every one of those endeavors. And perhaps most importantly, in our traction phase, we've established formal training collaborations and partnerships with key broker-dealers and RIA firms in the industry, most notably Ameriprise Financial. We've delivered CFP continuing education to over 10,000 financial advisors, another key to our long-term success in our roadmap. We've developed and refined our operational SOPs for hyper-growth. We've generated broad media interest and coverage from the likes of the Wall Street Journal, NBC News, CoinDesk, and many, many others. And most notably to our Chief Investment Officer, we have established 2 formal research partnerships with the University of Georgia's Mathematics Department and Emory University's Gosweda Business School and one of their specialty master's degree programs. These research collaborations are funded from the likes of the National Science Foundation and SCIAM. Now let me turn to our revenue model at RubiconCrypto. Ironically, even though we manage crypto and digital assets for our clients, our revenue model is the same tried, true, established, and dominant revenue model in the global financial services industry: assets under management. In other words, the more assets we gather, the more fees we generate. Another way to think about our revenue model at RubiconCrypto is to think of us almost as a financial services railroad company. In other words, we have the product solutions, the training capabilities, the operational experience to build a railroad from where money resides today to where we want it to reside. Even though the revenue projections are obviously exponential from where we stand today, they represent only a rounding error of the likely movement of assets within the industry to digital and crypto. And frankly, they're conservative based on our unique, recent, and relevant experience with training and developing advisors and servicing the wealth management industry. Once the money arrives at RubiconCrypto, just like every other asset manager, whether it's traditional assets or with digital assets, we're trying to generate alpha or higher returns, which of course only compounds our revenue model. If you look to our chart, what we're showcasing is a very slow and pragmatic march over the next couple of years, but explosive hypergrowth in 2024, 25, and 26. And that is not by accident. We believe the next 2 years are imperative to build the foundation, the educational footprint, and all of the things that are necessary to build relationships with RIAs and broker-dealers so that when they're ready to enter this new field, we're their established partner, and that's where the explosive growth in our revenue model takes place. Let me speak now to the competitive landscape. Our focus is squarely on the mass affluent and high net worth households that the industry has largely ignored. There are a couple of other competitors that are trying to do what we're doing at RubiconCrypto with separately managed account portfolios. Those competitors, in some cases, have a little bit of a head start. As a matter of fact, they also have a precedent for raising money that we like to benchmark against too. The RubiconCrypto value proposition already meets and exceeds the competitive landscape that exists today. Whether or not it's our professional management, the diversity of our portfolio options, our deep networks in the financial services industry, and the head start that we have on continuing education, all combine to give us a significant competitive advantage to any objective viewer. In summary, we believe that participation in the RubiconCrypto seed round affords investors with a once-in-a-generation opportunity to partner with an emerging investment management firm with proven executive leadership experience and deep industry networks, but just in advance of the most historic reallocation of wealth in the financial services industry. Thank you very much for your time.